Want to know the changes that I'm going to make in campaign number 5? That's right, we're up to campaign number 5 in our postcard series, where we're in the process of working on getting sellers to call us off the postcards so that we can list 2 listings per month. If that's something that you're interested in and kind of the big idea of what we're changing, then stick around. You're in the right place. Hi, I'm Mike Cerrone with 2 listings per month. And as you know, in this series, we've been going out and experimenting with mailing postcards to for sale by owners and expired listings in an attempt to get them to call us so we don't have to cold call out to them. We're looking to get them to call us and get enough calls that we can take 2 listings per month. And so that's the objective that we have. We've had 4 campaigns that we've done. We've had some mild success, a bit of failure, in fact, quite a bit of failure, but that's part of the process. And we are now working on our fifth campaign, our fifth redesign of the postcards. And so what I've done, this little video here, we're just chatting about a couple quick ideas that we're doing in this next and latest version. Um, and again, I know that I'm probably frustrating a lot of you, by the way, because I'm not showing you the cards, but that's because they haven't been proven yet. Okay. So I'm not going to show anything or even, present anything that's not proven. This is the process of it being created. So just to show you that these things take a while, there's a lot of effort involved and a lot of experimentation has to happen to find that gem that works. But anyway, getting back to this concept, so with the postcards, we're going out to for sale by owners and expired listings, and you're trying to figure out, what's going to be appealing to them. You're trying to think from their perspective. They're upset that expired listings are upset their home didn't sell. They want it sold. FSBOs, they think they're going to get their home sold, and they also want it sold. Remember, they all want to get their home sold. That's why they're such a great target for us to reach out to. And but they're coming from a couple of different perspectives, and we're trying to talk to them about things that would be appealing to them. For instance, if you go back and listen to our videos, we talk about our 60-day guarantee where we'll get their home sold in 60 days, or we have a penalty. In our case, we would pay them $500 to show them how serious we are. And then we put ourselves on a deadline or a timeline. It's unique and it's different. Other agents aren't offering that. And in this hyper competitive area of expired listings and for sale by owners, you got to do things like that to stand out, right? Because these sellers are receiving phone calls and emails and postcards and door knocking and all kinds of things from so many agents. You have to do something to step out of the ordinary and show them that you're different. You're not like everybody else, because they think we're a commodity. They think we're all the same, and you've got to show them that okay, that we do similar things, but we're not the same. We get different results. Okay, and that's another card, by the way, if you've got results and stats you can use as far as your, let's say, sales to list price ratio. That'd be a good stat to use. Your average days on the market. And what you do is you juxtapose or you compare those to the overall MLS. Okay. I'm in kind of an interesting position because I haven't been active in the market for over 10 years. So I've got this challenge if I don't have a track record to run on at this particular time. I mean, I could use old stats, but I'm not going to do that. It made me think that there's a lot of agents out there that are in a similar position, either because you're brand new or you've been around, but you haven't been listing, so you don't have any of your own stats. Historically, the way to do it is to go in and use your company stats. Okay, you take your company stats and or your team stats if you're on a team, and you compare those to the market, and you say we instead of I. Okay, so that's a way to go. When I was looking at this for myself, I realized the market's been pretty fast, and I just looked at the overall market and realized those are some pretty good stats. And the public may not actually recognize that. They may know the market's been strong, but they may not actually know the stats. So what I did was I took the card and I simplified it even more and said, we, we, as in the whole MLS, and I make a disclosure down at the bottom of what I'm talking about, we are selling homes in X number of days at X percentage of the asking price, right? Because it was a very impressive number, and I'm trying to remember the actual number. I may have it wrong, but it was something like 99.8% was the sold to list price. So we were getting 99.8% of the asking price, which is pretty impressive as a group. And well, I think in my market, we're doing it on average in 31 days. Well, I think those are some pretty good stats. And the seller who wants to sell either had expired after they had just tried for 30, 60, 90, 120 days, whatever it had been. They might like to hear that things could get done in 31 days. For sell by owner who's been trying for a week or two or three or four or five or six or seven or eight might like to hear that homes can be sold in 31 days. And at such a close percentage to the asking price. So what I'm trying to say is you could create a card where you're not comparing your stats, if you don't have any stats, not comparing to the market, but just using the market. Say, hey, look, this is what we're doing. We're getting homes sold. We're us real estate agents using the MLS. We're doing this, right? And then again, down in you got to always have a full disclosure down in your little ... section down below about how you got your information that you're sharing. Okay, so that's kind of an idea. These are all some ideas that I know is just kind of vomiting from the mouth here, but hopefully some of this is helpful. The other thing is on this next series of cards is a simplification. I'm actually a proponent of long copy. I prefer a lot of text, a lot of copy, which goes counter to a lot of people, and that's why I like it, by the way. But it tends to work well because you'll get fewer people that'll actually read your long copy. But the ones that do are very serious, okay? So they become very good leads. So I tend to like long copy for that reason. But I'm doing this postcard medium, and I've been doing long copy, and it's been doing okay. As I said, mixed results. So what I'm doing on this series is I've really simplified it. There's just not as much copy, and it's really very focused on one topic, on the card. And so that's something that you should consider. You should test a very central offer, a very, simple offer where it's just one topic and very simplified, very few words, just the idea and a picture if you can get one, and to help with the idea, even if you have to make it up, even if you have to make a graph up. I haven't done that in this one, but just simplify and try that. If that doesn't work, go to the longer copy where you're explaining more information. Because again, you're going to grab people with, say, your headline or your big copy. And if they like that, they'll read into that little copy, and you can try to convince them that this is a good idea, and they should come chat with you some more to find out about whatever you're offering. Okay, I know these are all very generic, but I want to give you this idea that we're going for simplification in this next step. And maybe I gave you also that idea on how you might approach giving some stats. If you don't actually have any, you could use the royal we, the all of us, as a group, because it is something we are doing as a group, and it's pretty impressive. All right, so hopefully that's been helpful. If it has, go ahead and give us a thumbs up, and if not, by the way, give us a thumbs down. At least I know that you're watching and you're taking all this in. And if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and write them down below. We'll take a look. Hope this has been helpful. Take care. Good luck out there. Bye now.